Shall we look at our two very pregnant mares? 335 days today, I think we both are. Or was it 336? I'll check. So, two very pregnant mares. How are we both doing? We're going to do a video on each of you, though, I think. We'll do Storm and Nell separately, I think, because, oh, Storm, you're such a grump. Because there's things to talk about for each of them. So let's do them separately, starting with Storm here. I've just checked, and Storm is 335 days pregnant today and over it. Dearie me. We've been in the barn for quite a few hours now. We're ready to go out, aren't we, lasses? So do expect to see increased swelling in the bag, increased filling in the bag just from being stood in. So there will be definitely a bit of that. Oh, that felt very soft there, Storm. I mean, she's not got a weight on that leg, which will exacerbate it, but that is one soft back end. I've been asked a couple of times why we test for softness in the back end. It's just a general indicator that things back here are loosening. The tendons and muscles will all be loose, ready to let the foal out and make birthing, foaling easier. So it's just one of those indicators that mares are progressing in their pregnancy. For me, it's not one which really tells me when exactly it's coming. It's not a predictive thing. It's just progress. But then the leg they've got their weight on is not nearly as soft. So it's not one of my favourite things to look at. Is it still my favourite thing to look at would be your boobaloobs. Boobies under here. So this is a humongous bag today. Of course, as I just said, she's been stood in the barn for a bit. So that does increase the filling from behind. It's Storm's behind view that's been making us think she's got a little bit of time left, a bit of time to go, because that's not super full back there. Of course, it might not, you know, they don't always get rammed full from all angles before they foal. I bet it's going to be hard today. Yeah, so my hands are a bit cold, aren't they, Storm? Not mega hard, actually, not rock hard. Right, we'll get some fluid out in just a second. They are pointing quite east and west, aren't they? But Storms have for a little while, to be honest. The Storm is 10 years old, thoroughbred mare, and she's had 2 previous foals. We are grumpy today. That's a bit of a mood change. You're extra grumpy. You're not really grumpy with me. Let's do a side view first. Let's look from the back and just see if she looks any narrower. No, not really. Not really. Okay. Well, do we want to do tail resistance while I'm hovering around this zone? She's had very little tail resistance, to be honest. Nice view of you there in that little window, Nell. All right, laugh. Oh, you are a bit grumpy today. Right, well, okay, that's fine. We're going to go out in a minute. We just do your booby test then. So with the booby fluid, we will look at colour to see if it's gone more cloudy or even white, like actually milk's coming. We will look at stickiness, like super sticky, although it feels sticky already, to be honest. We will look at the pH level, and that will be really indicative, and taste. So it goes from being very salty distinctly to tasting of nothing to apparently sweet, although it tasting of nothing to me is like enough of an indicator that foal could be right on its way. Whereas if it still tastes salty, foal's not coming, I think. So let's have a little look at this one. She really has just had enough today, I think. Good lass. Oh, it is quite hard actually. Right, good lass. Let me just have a little squidge of this one. Oh, it doesn't look, the colour doesn't look any different, does it? That still look maybe slightly cloudier actually, through my camera more so than my eyes. Yeah, that does look a bit cloudy, doesn't it? Right, I will just get a sample of that one. Hold very still, Storm. Oh, actually, let's taste that again. I had a tiny taste of that and it didn't taste salty, but I've got a little bit more. I'm just going to try again. Very slightly salty edge. Borderline though. Let's look at the pH. This could be interesting. Hang on. Oh, I don't know. Oh, guys, I don't know. I've been asked a couple of times what we're looking for at this point. With these particular pH strips, what it'll look like is that top box will go bright yellow and the bottom box will be pale green. Not that different from what it looks like now, to be honest. I'll overlay again pictures of what it's looked like with previous mares the morning before they foaled. And that is not actually far off. I think the rule is actually 6.4 or below, but I never get a sample that looks like this, to be honest. It always looks kind of like this. As long as we've got bright yellow and pale green, we're pretty much go. I don't know what to do now. Judging by her, she's a bit different today, to be honest. She is a little bit different. So that's probably worth noting. She came in all right this morning, but right now she seems like in a right mood. Oh, I don't know. Am I on foal watch?